So, narrative therapy is my newest thing my therapist wants me to do. And here's what I wrote. Subject is Anna, a 48-year-old cisgender female diagnosed with MDD, GAD, SAD, ADHD with hyperactivity, and unspecified complex trauma. Subject also suffers from insomnia. She believes she also has alexithymia and says that she has emetophobia. Subject has been on various antidepressants and benzodiazepines consistently for 27 years. She has consistently been in therapy for 24 years and has studied psychology and sociology since she was 12. Her dad was diagnosed as bipolar and hospitalized when she was 12. He was never treated for bipolar with mood stabilizers, so she believes he also had MDD since he would take only an antidepressant until his passing. Her father was also dyslexic, so the only book she saw him read was Dianetics. He was a stern and strict man, and although he was racist, sexist, and homophobic, he was also morally sound. In her formative years, he was almost always seen with a beer in his hand. Her father's word was law, and no one aside from her mother went against him. Her mother was diagnosed with MPD when she was 14. Her mother never went back to the therapy because she was so incensed by the diagnosis. Anna's earliest memories were in the library. Her mother was a reader, and Anna quickly fell in love with books. Her mother also took her shopping at thrift stores, flea markets, and resale shops, and she loved the treasures she found in such places. Her mother favored her brother over her. She often said she abused him as a baby, and her brother was never close to their mom. Her mom treated him like a prince. Anna, although treated well most of the time, was her mother's favorite person to bully and be cruel to. Anna spent a lot of her childhood reading, climbing trees, and visiting the neighbors. Her mom didn't bother her when she was outside, so she mostly stayed outside. She made frequent visits to the close neighbors, as they were always kind to her. Most of them were adults. She had to ask. The children in the neighborhood lived far enough away that she had to ask to visit them. She couldn't visit any one person 2 days in a row. Her mother said she'd wear out her welcome. So she was mostly in her own yard playing with her dolls or a dog. One of her favorite outdoor activities was playing in the rain and dancing underneath the waterfall at any corner of the trailer. Anna always loved horror movies. Her parents indulged her watching these films because she didn't have nightmares about the characters. She's always known that the real monsters were ordinary people. It wasn't Jason Voorhees lurking in her dark hallway at night in her young mind. What she feared was a mere mortal breaking in and lurking and possibly stabbing her while she slept. So she tried to sleep in such a way that she might confuse him and survive a stabbing. Anna was molested or raped when she was 3 years old. It happened in a camper she called her playhouse. She doesn't remember what happened. She went in with one of her brother's friends. She knows something happened, and then she was outside. She never played in the camper again. This was her first blackout. When Anna was 4, an F4 tornado hit her neighborhood. She was in a neighbor's trailer that flipped over. She wasn't hurt, but her mother was taken away in an ambulance and spent some time in the ICU at the hospital. It was gory and chaotic in the neighborhood. All the kids she knew were at school. She remembers sitting alone on a swing waiting for her dad to come home. No one checked on her, and she remembers feeling invisible for the first time. When her dad did get home, she immediately worried he'd be mad at her mom for leaving everything out of the cabinets. The pest man was supposed to come that day. She doesn't remember walking down the road with her dad surveying the damage, but the Democrat Gazette took a picture of, and there they were. Her mom survived, which she was happy about at the time. As an adult, she believes that's the second time God failed her. The first was her attempt to commit aka placenta previa, entering this world. She's pretty sure her dad would have remarried and maybe given her a better mom. Music may have been Anna's first love. Her mother introduced her to Elvis, the Carpenters, the Beatles, and Motown. Her father introduced her to 50s and 60s oldies and country. Her parents let her have their record collection, which was mostly Motown and country. Her favorite records to listen to were Tammy Wynette and Patsy Cline. She really connected with them, although she's not sure why now. She still loves Patsy, but hasn't listened to Tammy in decades. MTV hit the scene in 81, and she was in heaven and obsessed with watching MTV for many years. Her father kept her in Walkmans and batteries throughout her preteen and teenage years. Anna was not a good girl when it came to being chaste. Throughout her school years, she let boys touch her and she touched them back. She had sex a month before her 15th birthday. She dumped the boy the same night. When her mother found out she was no longer a virgin, she called her a whore and said Anna would screw everyone. Her mother refused to give her birth control because she felt that was permission for Anna to be a whore. Anna had a pregnancy scare at 15 with her second partner. Everyone in the house was calling her names and putting her down. Her dad was drunk. On this night, she yelled at her father, "Shut up, you sorry sack of shit." In a blink, his beer can hit her head, and she had his hands around her throat. Neither she nor her brother remember whether he let go or he was pulled off, but her brother fled the house with her for a few hours. Her brother doesn't remember the incident at all. Anna was a really good student until 8th grade. It's unclear to her exactly why she stopped trying. Maybe she was tired of the hard work just being seen as what you're supposed to do. Maybe she was rebelling against the fake perfect daughter persona her parents wrote for her. Maybe she was overwhelmed. Maybe she was just suffering the beginnings of her lifelong battle with depression. When asked about the fake perfect daughter persona, she speaks of a life of being fake. Anna's family was supposed to be perfect. She was an extension of her parents, and her role was clear. Be what we want you to be. She felt she had no say-so in any part of the role given to her, no nuances of who she really was. She was given strict boundaries. Don't wear out your welcome. Be nice. Be loving. Be a girl. Be smart. Speak when spoken to. Don't complain. In the gaze of others, she held hands with her parents and she got hugs and kisses. Her parents and her brother were nice to her. In that house on the lane, the reality of their family was in stark contrast. No signs of affection. Any attempt would be met with, "Don't touch me," or "Get the fuck away from me." Her brother didn't want anything to do with her. He made fun of her when she cried. He broke her dolls or put them in places she couldn't get to them. She couldn't tell on him because she'd be called a tattletale. She messed up something of his, she had to fix or replace it. Her only recourse to get back at her brother was to be better than him at everything he tried to do. She was, until he got into computers. She didn't just one up her brother to hurt him. She also did it to possibly impress her dad. She belonged to her mom and her brother belonged to her dad. She wanted her dad to see her as equal or better than her brother and spend more time with her. This backfired because her dad got mad she wasn't a girly girl and he was sure she'd be a lesbian. She donned a mask at a very early age and wore it no matter how heavy it got until her parents died. The mask held down emotions she knew would get her in trouble. The mask helped her disassociate from her body to get her mom to stop painfully tickling her. Strong emotions had to be contained. She had to control her emotions to protect herself from her mother, and her father expected his family to always be in control of themselves. Her mother needed to steal her sunshine or make a bad situation worse. Her father said, "If people know you're happy, they'll try to knock you down a peg. If they know you're down, they will kick you." Her father was also very clear in saying no one will ever love you if they really know you. He said it a lot to her. She always thought he was singling her out. She was often told how wrong and disappointing she was. The damage wasn't reversed when, as an adult, she heard him say, "You'd hate me if you really knew me." She knows as an adult that her father was letting her in on a true thing about people. They want the mask. Not what's real. They hate real. There's more, but I'm going to stop right here.